Right, time check. 8 minutes past 8 on a Saturday morning. I was talking to my old man yesterday and he mentioned this story about this father and this young child dying on the Mexican border. I hadn't heard of it. I'm more of an internet person than a national person at the moment, referencing news. Anyway, he's mentioned about it and there you go. And I just thought, well, what can you do? Because, it's just a story so far. Anyway, I woke up this morning, had a quick look into it. The only reason I had a look into it because I was watching another program and it mentioned it, so I thought, I'll go and have a look into it a little bit. Anyway, now, when people watch the news, because there is fake news about, right? I'm not saying this is or isn't or anything like that. What I'm saying is there's a big trend at the moment, right, with these media people. And then remember, these media people can make programs, films, make people fly in movies and spin about in the air, all sorts. Just remember that. That's their skill. That's their art. That's their massive conglomerate, multi-billion business, right? Now, they're in a trend of using children for everything because we're all being fear-driven and emotionally spun, like little buzzy bees spinning in the air, right? Being aggravated by emotions. Now, you got to listen to what this guy says. I've only listened to it twice. And just off my memory, straight away when I saw it, I thought, yeah, because I don't get emotionally attached, obviously, because it's shown children, friends, and family you can. But if you do it to every single thing you see, you'll be driven by these people of the media, manipulators and liars, just to get you all shuffled up into a corner of emotional, triggered people. Stretching the area of the brain and emotions to then have injected other information that settles into your psyche. Goes on and on. But anyway, this little child and the father, okay, he swam across the river with his kid, put the kid on the other side, came back to get his missus, and the kid jumped in the torrent river, so it's pretty fast moving, yeah, to swim to the side, and they both died. Yeah. Now, I'm a strong swimmer. Swam for the Royal Air Force and all that sort of stuff. Been swimming since the age of 2 in Singapore. Was trained by an Olympic diver and all that lot. Goes on and on and on. Anyway, in the torrent river, your child jumps in. So you're able to swim back to that river, to swim back through that river to grab your child. All right. So then, whilst you're struggling, you put them under your t-shirt for safety to swim across the other side. Now, in a torrent river, that's very, very difficult to do. Yeah. Somebody to go and try it with a blinking small piglet, a dead piglet, yeah, or something like that of the same weight as. I say pigs because it's nearest to human meat in it or something crazy that they say, that's why they tattoo on it or whatever. So just get a little pig, a live one, get somebody to throw it in while you're in a torrent river. You then swim to it, put it under your t-shirt, and then swim across the river. So you've gone across all these little, against the currents and all that sort of stuff to save your child. And even while you're struggling and you're both dobbing up and down in the water and all that, you manage to put them under your t-shirt to swim across the other side. Yeah. Well, I don't think it happened like that. If it happened at all, these people could just be lying on the face floor, quick picture, quick still picture, kaboomph, makes it look like it. Yeah. Or the authorities found them and they made up a dramatic story. But it just doesn't add up. That's what I'm saying. Listen to this.
the border for a while when they decided to try to cross the Rio Grande. She says her husband and daughter made it across on the first attempt, but when he tried to go back for his wife, the toddler tried to follow and fell into the water. And again, I want to warn you, this picture is tough to look at. She says Martinez grabbed the toddler, but the two were swept away by the current, and they could not get out.
Yeah. It's all too set. Now, if you have that in your head about the guy going back for his kid who jumped in the river, to then put him under your t-shirt to swim across, no. If anything, he went across like that originally and he died. Or it's just a whole setup. Wouldn't even be surprised, everybody. This is how sick the media are, just for stories, right? Either this is all made up, that's number one. Number two, it happened to be like that, but nobody knows how it happened, so they just made up more of a story to dramatize the whole thing. You know, make more of a longer story and all that lot on it. Yeah, to save the face of the father doing the thing in the first place. I know we went back all right first, and then she jumped back in, and he, no. If anything, he probably went straight across with her like that. So they're changing the story to dramatize it all. So see, the fake, manipulated, right? That's about it. Now, I'm not laughing at the fact that somebody's died. That's if you believe it, by the way. I don't. Yeah? And what I'm saying is these conglomerates and these media people, to get any story they want, wouldn't surprise me if they went down there and put that arm around them. Yeah? In the first place. Around the back of the neck. Yeah? To me, that is set up. Because the information doesn't add up with reality. The torrent river, your kid falls in. Yeah, so you'll be further down the river where your child was. So as you look up the river, because you move across because of the current, your kid jumps in 20 meters to the left of you as the water comes down, because you've moved because of the current. So in that time, you swim across, which means then you'll move down. So you'll never, so you have to swim across the current to get you to the position. And so you're staying where you are as best you can, even though you're going to be moving down the river. To then catch your kid that's in the river, to put them under your t-shirt, probably around the back, on your back, so they hold onto your neck. Now that done in a torrent river, to me, doesn't happen. Right? If you jump off all the emotions, everybody, and things like that, you can start listening to what they're saying. It doesn't necessarily add up to the actual story of what you see. And because of that reason, I think it's either fabricated, manipulated, or just all done like a movie. Yeah. And that's what these people do on the agendas. They have people, actors, doing this stuff all the time. Shootings in America, it goes on, fake this, fake that, it's going all that time. Just because it's got a kid in it and the child looks dead, or it looks dead, which I don't think they are, makes a brilliant picture, doesn't it, everybody? We're not going to see these people again. Especially if they're part of an agenda. Yeah. I think we all jump in a bit. Because it just doesn't add up. Right, I'll just save my kid in this narrow river and struggle putting them up the back of my vest whilst I'm struggling to keep her alive. I'm going to put them, you'd grab hold of her, keep the head above water, do your life-saving bit, and struggle like buggery just to float. Never mind, try open up an envelope of clothing to put them safely in and all that. Like, why are you going? It just doesn't add up.